because I was so frustrated by the fact that we continue to have to fight the same battles for justice and equality in this country, even though generations before us have fought the fight, for women to be able to control access to our own bodies.
That's right.
We are grown women, and we don't need executive daddies.
That's right. That's right.
Legislative daddies to tell us what to do. We can handle this.
That's right.
I was wondering, in my state that is in the north but is really in the south when it comes to voting rights, why in the heck you would try to stop folks from exercising the only thing that we have in this great republic: one woman, one man, one vote. It is the greatest equalizer that we have. I just couldn't understand it.
Tell us.
And Reverend Dr. Otis Moss said this. He said, the struggle is forever, so we are forever in the struggle.
That's right. That's right.
So my message to you is that the struggle is forever, and we are forever in the struggle. And part of Senator Sanders' platform, though, is about making college for public colleges and universities in this great country tuition free, so that it doesn't matter who your parents are or are not, that you can dare to dream from the womb to the tomb that you will be able to go to college and not be saddled by debt. If I could just put a personal point on that thing, though, if you don't mind. Being a first-generation college graduate, you know, and understanding very clearly that education is the path to change your life and your destiny. What Senator Sanders is standing for, okay. Who controlling the mic? Put my cordless on. I don't know who can, oh, yeah. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but for me, this is personal, being a first-generation college graduate. You know, I grew up in a single mama household. My parents got married young. They were married, but they got married young, and it did not work out. So I grew up the majority of my life in a single mama household. I'm the oldest of 7 children. My mother died at the age of 42 years old. Aneurysm burst in her brain. I saw her that morning, but that night my mama was in a coma, and then she was gone. When Langston Hughes asked the important question, what happens to a dream deferred? Or in his poem, Mother to Son, life ain't been no crystal stair. I lived that thing. And my mother never lived to see her eldest child graduate as a first-generation college graduate from a community college that now I am a professor, Cuyahoga Community College. She didn't live to see me matriculate to a 4-year university, do some fantastic things in the elected space. But when Senator Bernie Sanders talks about college for all, he's talking about little girls and little boys like me. And although I might have done a little something, the greatest thing for me is when I saw my baby boy walk across the stage and earn his bachelor's degree. I knew that the cycle had been broken. We got to create cycle breakers in this country. That's right. And so whether you're in the rural, white, poor, live in the rural and you're white and you're poor, or in this state, I know there's some rural black poor folks, or whether you come from an urban area where you are poor, that everybody's child could dare to dream that they will be able to go to college and not have to graduate with the degree in one hand and college debt in the other. There's something wrong with that in this country. In our faith, no matter if we're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, a little of both, or all of the above, that in this mosaic of humanity, all we have is each other, and to keep our competitive edge as a nation, we got to educate, because children in South Carolina ain't competing against children in Ohio. They're competing against children from all over the world. And I want us to have the competitive edge. So for me, what Senator Sanders stands for, and he's unashamed to say that the wealthy in this country can't have it all. That a little bit of it has to be shared with other folks so that we can keep our competitive edge as a nation. But this is a moral conundrum that we face in this nation. I want to close with 2 things. One is from Booker T. Washington, who once said that there are 2 ways of using one's strength. One is by pushing down and the other is by pulling up. We need some pull-up folks in this country. The other is from my grandmother, who died 4 months after my mama. That was a hard year for me. How I got over, my soul looks back and wonders how I got over. But my grandmother, who was born in the South, and she only had a 3rd grade education, I would ask my grandmother, what does it take to be successful in life? And she said, my dear granddaughter, all you need are the 3 bones. The wishbone, the jawbone, and the backbone. She said the wishbone will keep you hoping and praying because hope is the motivator, but the dream is the driver. The reason why we do what we do each and every day is because we hope and believe that tomorrow will be better than today. She said the jawbone will give you courage. See, y'all talking about y'all can hear, but y'all can hear, sister, because I can project. That's better. I hope y'all heard everything the sister said. She said the jawbone, though, will give you courage to speak truth, the power, in the words of Dantes, the hottest places of hell are reserved for those who in times of great moral crisis choose neutrality. We can't be neutral when college students have trillions of dollars worth of debt.
That's right. That's
we
right.
can't be neutral.
That's right.
When elderly folks have to choose between their medicine and their mortgage.
That's right. That's right.
We can't be neutral when our black and brown sisters and brothers are being gunned down in their cities and cannot hope that a justice system that is unjust. We got to speak up the rainbow mosaic of humanity.
That's right.
So we must use our jawbone. But Grandma said the most important bone of them all, the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious bone, Miss Sanders, is the backbone. Because the backbone will keep us standing through all of our trials and our tribulations. And we all gonna go through some stuff, but we can't have a testimony without a test.
That's right.
And we are being tested during this presidential election cycle about whether or not we will embrace what is in us, innately in us, to be our sisters and our brothers' keepers. And if they don't have, we don't have. And that really is the spirit of why Senator Bernie Sanders is running. And it is the reason why I support him wholeheartedly. Because we can't have elected folks who really all they care more about their next election than they do about their next generation.
That's right.
We need some folks who have some heart-soul agreement. Senator Sanders has heart-soul agreement. To my young adults in here who are in college and you getting your degrees, I want you to go out and do what Charles Hamilton Houston said when he was a Howard law professor, and he told his law students, but I think this is apropos to any student, that we must go out and become social engineers. Because it's one thing to have a degree, but what you gonna do with it? See, titles are good, but purpose is better. Titles are good, but purpose is better. And we need more people who will put their purpose over their positions and make this world a better place. And that is Senator Bernie Sanders. And we are going to do everything that we can to make sure that he's the next president of these United States of America. Professor Sullivan, come on,